Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Skyblock Infinity Expertmode. So, last episode I did a few things off camera after, but we ended up creating a transvector interface so that we can fully appreciate the, what is it even called? Heater? The external heater, because one side of that plus a furnace is kind of difficult to pull off. In the process of creating more transvector interfaces, I ended up having to create a greatwood wand, because I just wasn't being able to craft enough of them at a time. This lets me create about 3 at a time fully loaded. As you can see, it's mostly entropy and auto involved. Didn't mean to do that. And the original wand only lets me craft 1 at a time. So, yeah. As for nodes, someone did point out that they did see nodes at the bottom of the map. And if I had my... Oh, you can see one down here. And if I did have my lens, you would see a lot more now. Interestingly, while there was a couple nodes and a couple of you spotted them, there wasn't any nodes anywhere else. And also, I didn't spot the ones you did. After I regenerated the nodes, they were everywhere. So I think it was partial. I think some of the nodes had disappeared, or most of the nodes had disappeared. Some had stuck around, like the airy one that used to be here. And I'm saying used to be here because it's probably here, not here anymore. After the regen, that is. It has probably moved on. Who knows, though? It might be seeded, so it might be in the same place. And next, someone mentioned that why don't you just stick a redstone torch on your power monitor? You cannot. The Ender IO will not let you stick a torch on a power monitor. You could, I guess, if I get a piece of cobble. Just any old piece of cobble. Yoink. I guess you could do something like the old... Put that down. Now that block's technically getting a redstone signal. And see, even that doesn't work. So whatever kind of redstone signal is coming out of the power monitor is not enough to turn off the torch. So it has to be a gate, I'm afraid. Yeah. And now, yeah, it is a weak signal because otherwise this would pick it up automatically. There we go. Oh no, the Popo are coming for me. Yeah, it's fine. There's no Popo coming for me. Sometimes they come past the house. Alright. So, oh yes, and I also have an arcane cauldron, or crucible, because it was required for breaking things down into precontatio. Hi, construction. So this is what I've ended up with. And yes, I've gone to the trouble of dressing it up in things for this presentation because I thought it would look nicer if I showed you guys the complete thing. But I am going to dig into this to show you what I've done. So, I wasn't aware of this when I went into it, but transvector interfaces have an extremely strict 4-block range. They could not be put as far away from the furnaces as I wanted them to. Because what I basically was going to do is I was going to stick them underneath here, underneath the platform, in basically one big row. But because of the fact that they need to be within 4 blocks, which is you can only have a 3-block gap, yeah, so furnace 1 empty, 2 empty, 3 empty, 4 transvector. I couldn't really customize that all too much, so I've lifted up the furnaces and then stuck the transvector interfaces underneath them. These aluminium blocks here are actually transvector interfaces, right? That are linked to their respective furnace. Did I get that back? I don't think I did. That's mean. You consume it to paint it, but you don't give it back. Gimme. Okay, so let's paint you again. Good. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I'm confused. And then I've just stuck some cute chisel fans in the corner. So, what happens here? Now, we have this, which I'm going to stick an item sink into, which will have all the different kinds of powders, sands, gravels, whatever we need that needs to go in here, automatically will go in here. This array is just for doing what we're going to do next. So that first comes in, which lands in this chest. This conduit connector then pulls the items out and equally distributes it, because it is in round robin mode. Well, to the best of its ability, it round robins it into these furnaces. I think it's 4 at a time, which can be a little bit awkward, depending on how much has come into the system. And that will automatically go into the tops of these transvector interfaces from this chest, which, of course, is actually putting it into the top of these furnaces. Yeah? And then, once the item is done cooking, because we only need the top and bottom of furnaces, this will automatically pull it out on the brown channel and put it into this chest. And this chest has a automatic... yes, this one. Has an automatic quick sort module. So anything that gets cooked in here automatically comes out as the correct thing. Now, this is going to be a little bit wasteful, because of course we can grind it up into dust first, but just for example's sake, we need to top up on gold a little bit. So let's grab a stack of gold, maybe half a stack. I'd appreciate keeping some. And let's go put it into the system. Oh, the warehouse is quite far away from everything now. So put the gold in, and you see they start in order lighting up. And that's because they're all getting it, and this one misses out because it did 4 at a time. Which kind of doesn't make sense, does it? 4, 8, 12, 16. Maybe. But then those are automatically going into here and getting pulled out. Okay, and sent back into the system with the quick sort module. And the quick sort module is, of course, sending it to the gold storage over there, because that's what's asking for gold. And so this system is not a request system, in that I can't order more gold to be created from here, because this is not a crafting logistics pipe, or it won't have a crafting logistics chassis upgrade in it, because there's no point, basically, because this should always be cooking something. Maybe along the line we'll need a furnace that is crafting module connected, but we will make that separately. That will be a separate module. This one is just the module which creates everything. So we have some painted conduit facades. I'm going to put this back together so that is nice and hidden. Still debating what I want to do with these cables. I do want to cover them up, but I don't know what with yet. Something nice, that's for sure. So up you go. And I could have done a diamond shape slope on here, but I thought it looked more industrial if it was a simple slope from here. And by diamond slope, I mean... oh, this one. I think you can go backwards. No, you can't go backwards. but I need to go back to where it's meant to be. Yo! There we go. Okay. I think you understood from the upside down one anyway. Because the upside down one was, it's sleeker, and I don't want it to be too sleek, because then I think it looks too fancy. And we don't want things around here to look too fancy, right? So, this is ready for service. This is just disconnected because we don't have the primary setup yet for the pulverizer, because we need to do the pulverizer bay, and then we need to do the sifting bay. Okay, so the pulverizer bay is the next that's on the list. I'm probably going to have to grab a bunch of steel. What did I take out of here? The hammer. I'm going to have to grab a bunch of steel. Where you at, steel? Give me... why 66? Give me 64. And I'll turn those into dense plates. I'm also going to grab some obsidian. I'm going to get that crushed up. Because these things aren't being automatically created and are needed as part of machine chassis. And something that we are prepared to do now is create machine chassis on the fly with our automated system, which is amazing. And steel, please compress. Oh, that's not going to work. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Know what I did wrong? They're meant to be steel plates before I put them in there. So, give me 64 of those instead. Good. Now that I've taken those 64 out manually, this thing's probably fired up. Whoops. Oh, it hasn't. Have I run out of coke over there? Probably. No, I could probably just look in the remote order, but I'm not going to. Because I am weird. Yes, I've run out of coke. Okay. So I should probably do something about that. Because this needs to be automated too. This whole thing going on here. Send you back to the system. Good. Something I did between episodes, like 2 episodes ago, I didn't show you, is I made a whole chunk of Signalium. Because Signalium is the second highest tier of machine chassis that we can make. And so I can abuse that now that I have all that Signalium. There we go. Brain eventually got finished with the sentence. You've stopped. Why have you stopped? You're not getting enough power. It's odd. It's very odd. Why you no get power? Because this is linked up to that, which is linked up to that, so you should be getting power from here. Unless I botched it over... Oh, you know what? Yeah. This line... Oh hey, those aren't monster friendly. This line is not part of the main series anymore. Because of my hack job I did with this little system here. I need to make the line that's going out the back there part of this. Whoops. It's not part of this, obviously, because then these 3 diesel generators would, on their own, without the input of this, run and provide power to things when I don't want it to. Alright, I'm going to be right back while I solve that. Alright, it's not aligned anymore, but it's fixed. I'll fix it some other time. We'll properly fix it anyway. Because that little hack job I did with the power monitor is not going to be a permanent fixture there anyway. So this should now be working. It is. Good. And do I have my 64 plates? I do. So those can just go into the compressor. Cool. And then I'll be right back. So I think the only question now is how many pulverizers do we want? I'm thinking about 5 in my head. If I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or just along the back of one of these anyway. And them being Signalium means that the 5 of them should be more than enough. We have 1. So let's craft 4 more. So if I request 5, intricate circuit boards, right, those do need to be made manually, don't they? Intricate, you just gold? Yeah, you're just gold. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, I am back. I've made 5 intricate circuit boards. There's more being cooked up, just in case. And why don't we order 5 Signalium machine frames? Because I'm interested, and I thought you might be interested too, to see how fast the cube works in making those. So you'll be slowly sending the stuff along. Here it comes. Alright. So this took, with the 6-ish lasers that we had before, it took about an hour to do the one that I used for organizing the crafting thing in here, which is why there's that one in storage. This is flying through them. Relatively, it's still kind of slow on that scale, but it is just burning through this compared to last time. So, that's awesome. I will see you once they are crafted. Alright guys, I'm back. Last pulverizer in the series. We weren't producing enough power to keep the array running. So the base is completely out of juice. As you can see, it'll have to pick up somewhere. However, I've crafted this into a capacitor bank. This is really important because now this has a input of 5,000 and max output of 5,000. Something I noticed is that when it was a basic capacitor bank, only 2 of the diesel generators were running, and I assume that's because of the max input being 1000 RF, and 2 diesels were capping out at that 1000. So the third one just wasn't running. Now it is. Great. So the base has just got to fill up now. You'll see probably all that power is going into these. Yeah, there we go. Because they've all been run out of juice completely. It was a weird yellow-red laser light show in here towards the end. Anyway, I'll stop yapping about that. Meet the crew. What we're going to do here is move you to the first slot and take these 2 out. Why? Because it gives us more room for upgrades, and because we don't need these 2. This one is a stretch to possibly needing it, but this one we definitely do not, because it's going to be on all the time. And this one specifically says allows for automatic transfer out of a device, but we're going to have servos on this thing which will automatically pull, right? So we'll make you blue and you orange. Orange is on the underside, blue will be on the back, and that's how that will go. Cool. Right, so what do we do here? First of all, I think I'm going to dig out all of this. And I'll turn this on so I'm not too wasteful, although I've already started my waste. And dig those out too. Good. Alright. Next. I won't upgrade them just now. They will remain as is, because it doesn't move the project along at all to actually upgrade them right now. Thinking. I think I'll have the chest pop up here, or here. Yeah, here. of course the border is part of the block. So if we can keep it within the border, great, but if we can't, we won't. Give me chest. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Thank you. Put that down briefly. Put chest here. I'd like to remove? I'd like to exchange all these chests I'm using for input and output with item buffers at some point. Just because they look cooler and can be painted. So it's not like we've got wooden chests everywhere. And then we will grab a Mark II chassis. We're going to need a couple of basics. Basic? Yeah. I'll grab 4 just to be safe. And then I want a... I don't know what I'll need. Maybe a Mark III? Possibly even a Mark V. We'll start with a Mark IV. Start with a Mark IV. The reason I'm dwelling over that is because I know I'll need multiple item sinks for this one, yeah? Because it's got to have all the different kinds of gravel, all the different kinds of sand, all the different kinds of dust. Is that all of them? Yeah. Plus some extras, like soul sand, maybe. I don't know. No, not soul sand. Cool. You, and we'll break you. Huh. Whoops. Swap you in. Put you in. So have an iron chipset. Alright, well, system's confused. I'm sorry, system. You just happened to break that at the wrong time. And then you will need to be broken. No. Can we do in and out from this one? Probably shouldn't. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. Give me that. We're going to stick input chest, output chest. And this is not because I'm being lazy about compacting things. This is being specific about... Hurry up. Doesn't take that long to create a chest. Thank you. This is being ordered about things, because over here I've done 1 input, 1 output. So over here I should probably do 1 input, 1 output. So you're going to have the map Mark IV. No, because you should be output. Yoink. You should be input. Keep it consistent. Okay. So now I'll need some unrouted. That's you. Cool. We still need that junction, of course. And I don't actually have Mark 1s craftable. Mark 1 chassis, that is. Because I only need a Mark 1 chassis here, and I should not be lazy about this. So let's not be lazy about this. I'll be lazy about this. I'll put it in the crafting array after the episode. And 2 of you. I know I should be using my logistics crafting table, but it scares me. I'm an old nana. I don't like change. Cool. Alright. So you go there. So this will have a quick sort module in it and nothing else, pretty much. Okay? Because we're going to do a similar thing here where the system by which we pull and push is going to be separated. Which will be cool. It will be cool, I promise. And we can keep them separated this time too, because it's not a weird situation like that one. Right, so we are going to need a bunch of thermal ducts. And I want to use thermal this time because I can, and I'm going to. And I think I have some thermals. Ducks. Yeah, I do. I do. Do I have any awesome ones? I have some impulse ones. I have a whole lot of warp ones because I tried to use warp ones with the who's or what's it. You know, the thing. The furnace arrays. I'm tempted to use them here, but I'm also tempted to hang on to them in case I want to turn them into item ducts, right? Item conduits. Those ones. So why don't we just use, what does impulse take? Impulse. To make impulse is just energized glowstone into impulse, but I don't actually have any glowstone right now. So here's what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be kind of slow. We're gonna use normal item ducts and upgrade them soon. Whoops. Cool. I think 30 will do. I will also need servos, which I know I have one here. And I will need to make more. Not a huge deal. Not a huge deal at all. Here's the other problem. I don't think, maybe they can. I'm not actually super skilled in this department. But I don't think servos can round robin. Yes, they can. I remember the button. So, simple. I like this. And then we stick this servo on it. And we configure you for round robin. And all was good with the world. Oh, and also, you're always on. So, those have no power, but let's try gold, because I like gold. Alright. The other thing is, we're going to have to configure this, I realise, because otherwise it's going to try and round robin 64 at a time. So we're going to decrease you to like 2 at a time. I think 2's good. So it's going to send out 2 at a time and round robin them. Boop. All going into 1 each. Okay? So, these are being evenly distributed with 64 gold dust worth of stuff. And that wasn't too slow with how it is right now. So it'll do for before we upgrade it. And these ones, I'll need 5 servos for these because of course, oh, hang on, no, turn on hover, press B, disconnect, okay. And then we'll do that, and then we'll have to do that. Wait, there we go. And a boop, and a boop, and a boop, and a boop, and a boop. Cool. So these are 2 separated networks. That's awesome. And now I'll just need servos. Which don't need to be incredible servos. Probably hardened servos. I think I actually have hardened servos. Hard. I do. That was also from doing the furnace array. Okay, smoky dokie. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. Wait, 5. Ignore, 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 ignore. So, they're all going to pull out into this chest. This chest is going to push into these. This array is done. It just needs power. So, can I deal with that with conduits? I can. And the reason I want to do that with conduits is because I hate having like a bajillion mess of engineering wires everywhere. It's much nicer than when there's one sitting around. And then we want a connector and a relay and 2 HV wires. You will become the one. And then let's use concrete for now. Doesn't really matter. Relay. Coil there, coil here. Right. These will get power. And these will all be dumping straight into here. Which is fantastic. Here it comes. All that gold dust. This makes me very, very happy. Cool. So, here's the other thing. With this being a quick sort and this being an item sink, this is pretty much going to come straight over to here. Right? So, what have we got? Let's go underneath, if we can. Start hooking this up. Yeah, I guess we break you. How to basic. And connect. Good. Strange way to connect things up. I'm actually wondering whether I should have gone. Yes, I should have. Let's do that instead. Now I have that. Alright, you go this way. Okay, so now that system is connected. We all good. We have a chest full of pulverized gold. Lovely. Let's make a quick sort, which I cannot remember the recipe for because I'm not making them automatically. Couple lapis, a diamond chipset, and a blank module. Yoink, yoink. I should really like turn that into a proper crafting table. And done. And now things will stay in there. Good. Torch down. Quick sort. Where are you sending that dust, yo? You don't have a home. It's probably going to one of the mod chests. I was wondering whether that was going to happen. Thermal? Yeah. Okay. Next on the list, we grab one of everything. One of everything that we can pulverize. Lead. Got some gold, nickel, platinum, aluminium, tin, copper. Here's what I'm actually going to do though. Wait. I'm going to take that out briefly. And put FTBOne. And those will all get done. I can probably seal this up now. Yeah, we'll need to do some fancying over here, but that's okay. And wait for the dust to come in, because of course we need to tell the item sink that I've got over there that it has to pull in these dusts, yeah? Is that all of them? No, you didn't take the aluminium. Can I not crush aluminium? No, I cannot. That's nice that the thermal servos won't actually put in things that it can't. What can I do with you then? I can smelt you, turn you into ore, or I can double you. Alright, well, here's how we solve that one. Since aluminium isn't as important to us, we just put it in as dust, yeah? And as you can see, I've already prepped this with a bunch of item sinks, but I don't think I need that many. Gold, pulverized silver, ferrous, iron, lead, copper. Cool. So, trying to keep my eye on that side, because this is going to be all very tricky and fancy and cool, and I like it. Have everything. And that should be the one that gets priority because it's an item sink, yeah? And it looks like it is. Oh yeah. So, we've got pulverizing to furnacing, and now all we need is sifting. So sifting will come here. This is why we haven't put a module in here yet, because we're not going to do that right now. But everything is getting turned into lovely ingots and shipped back off into there, which is wonderful. So now I can, if I want to, I can manually grab some stuff that I'm low on right now, which nothing really, nothing is an emergency, and get it processed by a pulverizer. But that's great. That system is working fantastically. So I think we'll leave it there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.